So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this delicious soup. We got mushroom tortellini with some butter biscuits. And I can show you how to make this in today's video. So today we're going to go over some of the ingredients that you are going to need to be able to make this type of course or dinner for your family. Now you can always add to it, you can always substitute stuff out. This is my recommendation, but again, do whatever works best for you and your family. So you're going to need your fresh white mushrooms. You can use any kind of mushroom, but I recommend the white or the shiitake. You can use chicken bulletin cubes, and if you have chicken broth at home, that's a great way to save some money and not buy cube. But if you don't have chicken broth at home, I recommend buying this specific type. Not even this brand, but you can buy whatever brand you prefer, but as long as it's cubes, because you can get so much out of it and make your life so much easier when it comes to financial strain. This will go such a long way, especially now that we're entering into the soup season. You're definitely going to want this handy. It's cheap, it's affordable, it's not hard to come by. So definitely this is going to be one of your big helpers, especially in the kitchen. You are also going to need to grab yourself some green onion. These are very cheap and affordable. They're less than $1 at most places that I've seen. You're going to need some jumbo buttermilk biscuits. You can use any kind. But you're also going to need to get some tortellini or any sort of pasta. If you don't like pasta and you have gluten allergy, you can always recommend and substitute it with rice instead. You also have some butter. So I'm also going to pop this back into the fridge and I will show you how to cook these later. You're also going to need to get yourself a nice piece of Tupperware, especially if you feel like you're going to be making an abundant amount of food. I recommend a Tupperware so you can be able to store it properly and reuse it and reheat it for leftovers. You're also going to need whatever this is, a giant spoon. I don't speak kitchen. We also do have here this strainer. You're all going to want to clean your white mushrooms and your green onions. I think you guys pretty much know how to clean your fruits and vegetables. You're also going to need a giant soup pot or whatever you call this, but you definitely need one of these. The bigger the better, I always say, especially the larger the family, the bigger the pot. Now what you're going to do is you're going to put the water at the half level mark and not any higher, so if it starts to foam or over boil, it won't overflow. Especially when you start to add pasta or a tortellini, it will easily start to form bubbles from the high gluten or the starch, and it's going to start to form bubbles, and that's not what you want. You are going to want to grab your handy dandy knife. In this instance, this is my favorite knife. It's a ceramic knife by, I think it was Fableware. Yeah, definitely recommend it. I love it. It's great for, making sure you don't get hurt in the kitchen. You are going to need yourself an oven or even a conventional oven, whatever your preference is. In this instance, I'm going to use a mini oven and a cutting board of any of your choice. All right, and then you're going to need to grab yourself some testing spoon because you are going to want to test the soup to make sure it's up to flour and it has the proper salt content and whatever other type of seasoning you want to add into your soup. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do while the vegetables are drying after being washed, we are now going to prep and get this pot ready for some chicken bulletin cube to be put in to make some homemade chicken broth. Let's do that. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is this system actually has the hottest water setting possible. So we're going to set this to the hottest water so it takes less time that it needs in order to boil, or to better yet get to the hottest temperature in order for us to add in the chicken broth cubes. But we're going to fill it up about halfway, not more than that, or maybe about, probably say about this much water. Okay, so it's almost about done. This is exactly where we want it. We want it at that level. We're going to turn it off and we're going to bring it to the stove. Okay, so now the next thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to set this on the stove. Be very careful, there's hot water, so make sure if it's really hot and it acts as a conductor throughout the entire metal pot. Grab some mittens if you need. But what we are going to do, we are now going to turn on this flame stove and we are going to set it to high. We're going to try it again. That failed. Let's try it again. That failed. We're going to move on to a different stove. Accidents happen all the time, so it's absolutely okay. We're going to try it this time. Let's see. Now we got it working. We're gonna let it run this thing, and we're gonna turn on the high vent. So if you have a high vent, make sure you turn on your vent so it takes the gas out of your house, so you don't set the alarm off or whatever kind of danger it does. Because I'm not really that aware. Okay, so now that we have the stove running, you always want to keep an eye out and check to make sure it's not over boiling. If you feel like there's too much stuff going on, maybe you have kids or you have dogs and everything's going on, put it on a lower setting. It's a lot easier to manage, a lot easier to maintain. So if you want to feel like, especially the fact that it has a flame top, which we have, I don't know if you do, some of you guys might have electric, because the water has a tendency to overboil very quickly, start bubbling, and start causing major disaster, it might actually ignite the flame higher than it really is when it's on top. You want to make sure at all points in time, if you're going to be leaving the stove or leaving the kitchen, or you're going to turn your back, put it on a lower setting. So that's what we're going to do right now. So right now I have it on medium because it already has hot water already added into it, making it less likely that it needs to be able to reach that optimal temperature. Anyway, I set aside the green onions and the white mushroom. We're going to cut the green onions and the mushrooms early, just so I can transfer it easier. What you're going to do is you're going to take your little knife, you put the pointy side towards the cutting board, and you're going to slowly clamp down. And if it's a little bit harder, you're going to take it and you're going to glide, just like a dolphin. You're going to glide, just like this. You see how sometimes knife can be dull and it doesn't go through all the way? That's okay, it's fine. We'll just toss that into the garbage later. That's garbage. Even if green onions are like this, it's completely fine, it's completely usable. You still use them, they still taste great. I actually think I might have too much green onions, but that's fine. Who doesn't like green onions? I love green onions. I'm actually starting to realize that this knife might not be the right knife for this size cutting board. So I'm going to cut on an angle here. If you want to save yourself the frustration, use a scissor. Because at this point, I'm getting frustrated. Okay, this looks terrible. This looks terrible. Alright. I guess today this isn't it for cutting green onions. I don't know why. We'll use this because this is fine. So we'll just save this. I don't know what's going on today. Alright, so we're going to use this Michael Myers style knife. Hopefully this works. Yes, this works. Alright, so I guess you're going to need a Michael Myers knife. If you don't have one, go get one. You can find it at your local Spirit Halloween store. I'm messing with you. Get it at an actual store. Specifically like a home store, like a Home Goods, like Home Goods, Home Sense, TJ Maxx, Target, Walmart, you name it. And if you feel like you actually might cut yourself when you're not exactly sure, do not worry. You actually do have chainmail gloves that you can wear to prevent yourself from cutting your fingers. For using a knife so sharp, I recommend getting yourself and invest in a cutting board that has grip. Okay, this is very unstable. It's not recommended to be used for when cutting vegetables or anything involved with sharp objects. We got it, it's available, I'm going to use it, I know what I'm doing, but just be safe, be careful. If you know what you're doing, I trust you, but my recommendation, be safe, get a better one, invest in a little bit better quality. We're going to pop it in to the tray. You can kind of see how perfectly uniform they are. This is exactly what we're going for. This indicates a dull knife, so we're going to pop it in here. We can't use it, but we have enough green onions where we don't need to get any more. Pop that in just like that. Alright, now we're going to thinly cut these mushrooms. Very thinly cut them. We're going to cut them very thin, and I'm going to wear my special gloves. So, like I said earlier, if you want to be able to prevent yourself from getting hurt or injured, you can find it at your local Wegmans. This is a cut-resistant glove. You can wear it, and it prevents you from cutting yourself or having the cut go too deep into your hand. What you're going to do is going to take your glove, and you are going to, I already cleaned these gloves, by the way, so make sure you clean your gloves before you use them. You're going to go like this, and you're going to thinly slice them. Alright, you're going to lightly blow into it, don't rush, this is not a game. And you're going to want to get it as thin as this, even thinner if you can. You can even use one of those like slicers if that helps you out. I'm just going to cut them because I like to cut them. And if you feel like you kind of can't get it all the way, you can either hold it and go all the way through just like this, or in this instance, you can just cut it and make it into little blocks. No one really cares. To make it kind of small, make it very uniform, kind of the same thickness level, and no one's gonna notice. It'll be like little pieces of meat. Now I just realized part of this recipe also includes onions or shallots. You can actually add that into your recipe if you prefer. So make sure you put a little bit of weight up from your wrist onto the cutting board if it's a little unstable, what this one is. I'm actually going to swish this cutting board over because I have a feeling I'm going to actually end up injuring myself before the end of the video. Okay? And we're actually going to do this the right way. With an actual grip, you kind of see it doesn't move, completely stable. You go like this, take your knife, and you're going to go right across. Just like that. And do that many times. Now it's okay, it's going to be uneven, it's okay because you're doing it at an angle that's very uncomfortable. You want to make sure your safety is number one. Okay, this is not Gordon Ramsay's restaurant. You'll be perfectly fine if you don't have it even. In this instance, it's okay as well. Make mistakes happen, don't waste the food. Just cut up into small little blocks like I told you, and it's just as good. Okay, so now that we have a hot boiling water at boiling level that we need it to be at, we just got done cutting all the mushrooms and the green onions. We're now going to pop this into the boiling water with the chicken cubes. So this is what you're looking for. This is exactly what you want. Now that it has been at boiling level, we're gonna put it down a little bit and we're gonna put it on medium. So it's gonna lower the boiling level, but this is exactly what we're looking for. Okay, so now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our chicken bulletin cube and we're going to pop 2 into this hot boiling water, maybe 3. We're going to give it a taste test before we pop in the mushroom and the scallions. Close the tube and don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. Now I'm going to take your giant spoon or whatever they call this, and you're going to swirl it around a little bit. Just to kind of get it to be dissolved into the water. It does look like it automatically became like a tinted brown, but I'm not exactly 100% confident it will taste like chicken broth. So we're going to have to give it a taste. This is what you're going to be looking for. Kind of more that yellow urine style color, that's what you're looking for. We're gonna give it a taste. I have a feeling I'm gonna regret that because it's gonna be really hot on my tongue. No. Okay. Now, so it doesn't taste like it has any salt, any flavor. First, I guess whatever this bulletin is, it feels like more like water with a little bit of seasoning in it. It doesn't look, it has salt in it, but it doesn't taste like anything. So I'm going to pop another cube and give it another taste test. And if you guys want to add more vegetables, you can add green beans, broccoli, if you want, what's it called? Add in even croutons when you're done with it. You can even add croutons on top. You can add fried onions, which you can find at your local grocery store. I'm going to pop another 2 more. It doesn't really have the taste palette that we need. For these type of cubes, it requires about 8 ounces of water per one large pot of water. I don't even know what the ounces are in this. I don't speak water. But one thing I do know is that I know how to taste. If I can taste it, it's good. If it doesn't taste like anything, it's not good. So if you can't know, you can't do the measurement, use your other senses. Use your lips, use your tongue, use your nose. I'm going to pop in another cube, so we're going to do 4 total. So right now we're popping 4 in, but hopefully it's going to taste a lot better. You might need to season this with actual salt. One of them actually, believe it or not, sounds pretty good. That would be really good with this. Shallots. That sounds pretty good to add in. So if you have shallots at home, add it in. It sounds pretty good. Alright, want to give it another taste test. Let's see how it tastes now. Okay, it's getting there. I think we need 1 more cube. So about 5 cubes total should be enough to be able to do this. And I will add some salt because this thing has no flavor. It just tastes like bone broth. And it's just disgusting. That should be good. We're going to add in some salt. Well, we had no salt, so I'm going to go ahead and find salt. But I would add a teeny tiny bit of garlic. If you have fresh garlic, if you have actual garlic, feel free to put it in. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic into this water. Because you're going to be drinking this, well, you're not going to be drinking it, but you're going to be souping on it. You want it to have some actual taste and flavor to it. We have a little bit of black pepper, and what else? We have oregano. You can add oregano, you can add basil, whatever you prefer. Actually, believe it or not, towards the end of the season, if you by any chance have flavored basil, do not throw away the flowers. They're very good, they're very tasty. So highly recommend it. So hold on to it, don't get rid of it. It's very beneficial long term. You can also use minced onions. You're gonna definitely want to use it because it's definitely gonna be really good, especially when we're looking for the onion paste. That's enough. I think of more anyway. And since we're making a large amount of soup, that felt like the necessary amount of measurement. Can't go wrong with onion. Alright. As this is boiling, I'm going to go ahead and find some Himalayan salt so we can actually season this thing. Found a pink Himalayan salt. We're going to use this. And let's season it. And then we'll give it a little taste test and see how it is. We're going to take a little sprinkle, just like that. I would say another sprinkle as well because it is a lot of water, and you don't want to over salt it. If you over salt it, add a little bit of sugar to balance out that salty flavor. If you add too much garlic, add parsley, it will balance it out, or cilantro, but mostly parsley. It smells really good, like really good. Perfect. We're going to add a little bit more salt and it should be good. Perfect. Now it's time to add in our mushroom and our chives. Mind you, very slowly so you don't try to rise above the water and it starts splashing all over you. You get third-degree burns. We're slowly inserting into the soup. Believe it or not, I haven't actually made this specific meal for a very long time because I lived in Italy when I made this for my roommate. But they loved it. It was a hit. So hopefully it brings some joy to your home as well. Okay, so this is exactly what we're looking for right now. So it's going to start bubbling again in a couple of minutes, but you can kind of see the dark color. That is exactly what we're looking for. So this is good. We're going to let it simmer for a bit. And then once we get it bubbling again, we're going to pop in the mushroom tortellinis. So now the next thing you want to do, you always want to make sure you keep an eye and stir the pot that you just made. Stir it. Let's stir it. You want to make sure you're constantly stirring so it doesn't burn whatever content's sitting on the bottom. You don't want things to sit, but it will burn and it will ruin your soup. It's always important to always keep an eye on it, stir it. I have it right now on low, or simmer, so it's not going to burn. Right now we're going to start moving on to the jumbo buttermilk biscuits. So we're going to make this. You got this at your local Aldi, that's what we got it. We're also going to need some avocado oil spray or whatever kind of oil spray. You can even use olive oil, hand spray, whatever you prefer. What you're going to do is you're going to take your metal pan and you're going to spray this thing. It looks like water, to be honest. It looks like water. Heat your oven to 350. And we're going to actually put it on air fry because it has that amount of minutes we need anyway. So even we'll know it's ready to pop into the oven, and we are going to set this for about 13 to 17 minutes. My estimate is put it at around 15 and then check on it. Not as easy as it looks. You have to twist it, turn it. I don't know, my mom used to do this. There's going to be a better way to do this. Oh Jesus. Okay, maybe I should read it this direction. Maybe that's important. Maybe I should read it. It says here, it says, peel in direction of arrow to remove label. Press spoon as seen, twist can to open. What? Maybe, just maybe, hear me out. Maybe you just need to listen. Maybe you just need to read the label before you keep pursuing something. Hey, listen, this is part of the cooking experience, right? You don't see this in a regular cooking show. What is he even talking about? Okay, it says here, and maybe. Oh, I got in. Now it's bursting. Can we do this thing? Okay, what I thought, oh. Be careful, if you touch something, make sure you grab the handle with the finger you didn't touch the dough with, because it's raw. Ah, now it's popped open. Alright. After many minutes of trying to figure this out, we now are going to pop this into our metal tray. You're just going to want to place it on your board. I think enough to be able to do this would be about 4. For you guys, if you have a bigger tray, go ahead and add 1. We're going to actually add it to the side, and we'll probably make about 5 biscuits on here. So we're going to do that. 5 biscuits should be enough. We're going to wait for this to finish heating, and then we're going to pop it into the oven. I'm going to pop this into the fridge, and then we're going to start getting ready to drop our mushroom tortellini into the soup. So I'm really excited. We're getting towards the end of the video. Which means my favorite part, actually eating. Pop it into the oven now. Very careful not to touch the handles, and that could be possibly too hot. If you need, use a mitten or a glove. We're going to go stir the soup to make sure it's continuously not sitting, and then we're going to get ready to use our mushroom tortellini pasta. Okay, so as I was looking at my packaging of tortellini that I bought a mushroom tortellini, and then I was looking at my tortellini of like cheese. I don't remember it being cheese. I accidentally bought the wrong one. I accidentally bought cheese tortellini. What to do? Accident happened. I'm gonna use them both. I'm just gonna both of them. I'm gonna taste phenomenal in their type of setting in here. It is starting to boil now. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. You have an idea of what to expect. Okay. All right. So now that you kind of see the mushrooms are a little bit more cooked, and really smell it, it smells phenomenal. I'm actually really jealous that it's out of my mouth already, but patient all the time. So now what you want to do is you want to slowly cut this open, and you want to slowly pour it into the soup. Want to be very careful because you don't want it to start over boiling, especially now that it's in boiling mode. All right, and according to this, we need to let it sit and simmer here for about 8 minutes until it's tender and ready. We're going to do the same thing for the cheese tortellini. All right, so now you're going to take your handy dandy giant spoon and we're going to lightly stir this so that all aspects of the tortellini is soaked in some sort of water, soap or broth in this instant, and get it started, getting ready to cook. Now we'll see you guys in a moment. Let's see what happens, what finishes first, tortellini or the biscuits. So this is how we want it to look. We're going to take a nice big spoon. I'm going to stir again. Exactly what we're looking for. And then we're going to head on over and take a look at our conventional oven. You can kind of see the dough is already rising. The biscuits are already rising. This is exactly what we're looking for. And I will see you guys when it's done. So as you guys see, the biscuits are coming in very nicely. They smell phenomenal. We have about 4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. We're going to lower this onto simmer. Okay, so I just actually lowered the temperature. I put it on simmer and I just give it a nice little swirl. This is the color that you're looking for in terms of the soup. They look clear, but it's not definitely clear. And you do also have the tortellinis, which look a lot bigger, not hard, they're very soft. It's exactly the type of texture that you're looking for when making this type of soup. Okay, so it turns out I did not actually press record, but we're almost about 1 minute and 30 seconds before the biscuits are almost done cooking, and we only have about a couple minutes left for the soup to finish. We're going to give it a nice stir. It looks great, it looks yummy, it's delicious. Make sure you get out your dinner plate ready. We're going to use this for the biscuit. Clean it if you had not done so already. And get out your nice favorite soup bowl so you can enjoy and put your soup in. And make sure you have your mittens and your heating mat and get out your butter so you can actually have the butter chilled to room temperature. So when you slather it on the biscuit, it tastes nice and homey. And this is a perfect meal, especially for the soup ones. So our biscuits is done, so we're gonna pull it out of the oven. We're gonna turn it off, you don't need it. And we are gonna pull them out. They look nice and golden and crispy. I'm just gonna put a little bit of a fork into the biscuits to ensure that they're actually cooked thoroughly. This is a good testament to find out whether it's still undercooked or just cooked right. Now, most people do this with a toothpick. You don't need a toothpick. You can use a fork. It does the same exact job and it doesn't cost you anything. What you can do, you can take your fork, you're gonna dip it into the biscuit just like this. Obviously, hopefully, good thing it came out. But if it doesn't have any dough on the fork on any side, it is cooked thoroughly. This is great. This is perfect. The biscuits are done. Now we're gonna turn off the oven, get it ready, and we're gonna be ready to eat in a moment. You can kind of see this side definitely got more burned because it was probably closer to the hotter side of the oven. You kind of see everything settled down, which means that all the pasta and the tortellini is fully cooked thoroughly throughout the whole thing. It's no longer floated on the top. If it floats, that means it's undercooked or it's still cooking. Once it starts to sink, that means it's cooked. Okay, so now I'm gonna pour some soup into the bowl and get myself situated and ready. I'm gonna grab myself a butter knife. I got my butter out, and we're gonna sit here and enjoy it. Let's see, is it any good? And should you make this at home? And let me know in the comment section below if you do make it at home. I have no idea what this is called. I think it might be called a ladle, might be wrong, might be, I don't know. It's a very strange circle spoon. We're gonna use this. It's gonna be the perfect tool that you're gonna need to be able to scoop and get that perfect tortellini and everything in the mixture into your bowl of soup. Okay, so now that I have my soup in the bowl, we're just gonna cut this biscuit, lather some butter on, and we're gonna be ready to eat. And we also do have some croutons if you wanna add some croutons to your soup. I love croutons. Who doesn't like croutons? They're well seasoned. It tastes great. You can buy this big bag at BJ's. Actually, believe it or not, you actually buy it at BJ's. Yep, that's the brand name. Wesley, a great BJ brand. We are not sponsored by BJ's or by BJ's Wholesale, but we do get a lot of our stuff in bulk from BJ's and Costco. So we have our meal right here. We have our nice soup, some biscuits. You see how yummy this looks? And oh my God, I cannot wait. It smells so good. We got a little handy dandy ladle, mini spoon, whatever. I couldn't find an actual spoon, so this will do. We're gonna take a nice little sip. Is it even good? That's what we're about to find out. Wow. This is beautifully cooked. It's well seasoned. It tastes phenomenal. You can really taste the onion from the minced onions that I added from the seasoning. You really taste the chive. It tastes fresh. And you can really taste the mushroom. It really brings everything all together. Let's see how the tortellinis is. Wow. I got a cheese one. It really absorbs the flavor. You really taste it. I added some croutons into this. It's gonna taste so good with the crouton. And then we also have a nice jumbo buttermilk biscuit. I added some butter into it. Let's see how these taste. Let's see how these turn out. You have to make this. Guys, this is phenomenal. It tastes great. It's really good. I don't think you or your family would be disappointed if you were to make this on a budget. This is delicious. It's phenomenal. It does only require a little bit of ingredients, and it does require some ingredients at home. But if you have everything, which I assume you already are watching this video, you probably do have stuff in your kitchen, or if you're trying to become an inspiring cook for your own family, definitely invest in a lot of seasonings and different cookingware tools, and it's gonna go and take you a very long way. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, share this video with others. Really helps boost the algorithm here on this YouTube channel. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Let me know in the comment section below what I should cook next.